Dean Research and Dean Academic. So before begin with this criteria, I would like to say something about this criteria. Out of 7 criteria, criteria 3 is very significant from research and extension point of view, as it accounts the details of academic research undertaken by individual teachers, as well as the efforts of the institutional in fostering research acumen. Besides, it also accounts the details of consultancy services rendered by an individual teacher and the institution. It also includes the details, extension and outreach activities carried out by institution towards the society, especially addressing various real life problem, finding solutions, and any other activities undertaken to improve the overall quality of the institution and in general humanity. NAAC has assigned 110 marks for the affiliated UG colleges, 120 marks for affiliated PG colleges, 150 marks for autonomous institutions, and 250 marks for the universities. So this criteria focuses on the aspects like promotion of research, resources mobilization for research, research facilities, research publications, uh, awards, consultancy, extension activities, institutional social responsibility, and collaboration. A primary objective of this one-day national webinar on NAAC Criteria 3, an insight into the revised accreditation framework of NAAC, is to give valuable guidance and essential suggestions from the NAAC assessment point of view. So this is all about Criteria 3. So at the end, at the outset of this, I would request Devdatta madam to take over the further session. Devdatta madam, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Mahendra Mishra. I am Devdatta Roy Chaudhary from the Department of Mathematics and Statistics of KJ Somaiya College of Arts and Commerce. I am also a member of IQSC and Paramash. Before I introduce the resource person for today's webinar, I would like to call uh, 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 before uh, good afternoon, everybody. I am Devdatta Roy Chaudhary from Department of Mathematics and Statistics, KJ Somaiya College of Arts and Commerce. I am a member of IQSC of the college and also of Paramash. Before I introduced the resource person for today's webinar, I would like to call our principal madam, Dr. Veena Sanikar, to say a few words. Principal madam, Dr. Veena Sanikar.
Thank you, Devadatta madam. Very good afternoon. Hearty welcome to our today's honorable speaker and resource person, Dr. K. Vikram. All our teacher representatives from different Mentee colleges, management representatives of different Mentee colleges, both the deans, our respectable head of the departments, and all dear teacher colleagues. Paramarsh and a UGC scheme has given us the opportunity to grow together with Mentee institutes. I'm very happy to express that KJ Arts and Commerce College is one of the mentor institute amongst 5 institutes of Mumbai who are selected for Paramarsh. Our IQSA team is really taking a great efforts for organizing all these webinars. In fact, we have started a webinar series on very important criterias of NAAC. Many teacher colleagues from different colleges have expressed that these all webinars are very useful for all teachers, and we are very happy. Once again, I'm very happy to welcome all of you. Due to some net problem, I'm facing some uh, connectivity problems. But once again, the criteria which is selected for today's webinar is really very important for all of us. The joy of research, which helps us to grow, and of course, institute grows because of research and research atmosphere amongst the institution. I once again am very happy to welcome Dr. K. Vikram for today's our webinar session, and he will definitely enlighten us his experience and a knowledge of Vikram sir will definitely help us to grow on the journey towards our future, and also it will help us and our mentee colleges. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Principal ma'am. So today we have with us a highly distinguished resource person, Dr. K. Vikram, who is the Nodal Officer, State Quality Assurance Cell, NAAC and IQAC, Government of Karnataka. Dr. K. Vikram is an assistant professor at Lal Bahadur Shastri Government First Grade College, Department of Collegiate Education, Government of Karnataka. He is an MCom, MBA in International Business, MBA Finance, MPhil in Commerce, and PhD in Commerce. A highly seasoned and self-motivated professional with hands-on training and teaching experience and administrative skills. He is also a visiting professor and research guide for management education. Dr. K. Vikram has worked as coordinator of RUSA committee and coordinator of NAAC for his institute. He was appointed as RUSA Inspection Committee convener from Higher Education Council, Government of Karnataka. He is a recipient of the prestigious Kautilya Excellence National Award on 18th September 2016 by Christ Foundation. As a part of his corporate responsibilities, he offers various consultancy services free of cost whenever he is approached for the same. He held the position of in charge principal of Lal Bahadur Shastri Government First Grade College, Government of Karnataka from November 2014 to May 2016. He has been invited as a resource person to share his rich experience with various institutes. He has published several textbooks and research papers in commerce and management in various national and international journals of repute. Apart from all these, Dr. K. Vikram is a very good musician and performed in several programs in various prestigious platforms and directed various classical light music concerts and conducted music classes from 1998 till date. So as you can see, we have a very, very distinguished and experienced resource person with us here, and we are all eagerly waiting to hear from such a great person. So I will now invite Dr. K. Vikram for his session. Dr. K. Vikram. Before I start the session, I would like to ask the participants if they have got any questions to put the questions on the chat box, and we'll take up the questions at the end of the session so that there is no disturbance in the session. Thank you. Dr. K. Vikram.
Can I proceed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very much. You can proceed, sir.
Yeah. Namaskar and very good afternoon to one and all. Uh, Paramash is a UGC scheme which probably created a lot of awareness to the country that NAAC is so important, and NAAC guidance is so important, and colleges which are secured EA, and they have to, their responsibility will not be completed only if their institution will be growing. It's also the responsibility of one education institution to develop the other education institution in a wider term. So this Paramash scheme was been brought with a system called mentor mentee, and I'm so happy that there are very probably, to my understanding of research on this, there are very few institutions has really taken Paramash a very serious and guiding colleges to become successful in all the way and mode. In that way, I congratulate KG Somaya College of Arts and Commerce, Mumbai, for taking such a wonderful initiative and conducting this beautiful webinars. I'm so happy that already the two criteria is successfully completed by this good institution, and many people have been useful on this. Today we are speaking something about NAAC criteria 3. I require your permission to share the screen.
Yes, already I have made you a co-host. You can share the screen.
So I think the screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So another 1 hour probably we'll be speaking a lot on this, trying to understand as professor was talking. And first of all, I'd like to thank the principal of this esteemed institution for welcoming me and for giving me an opportunity to address this and meet you all. And also the madam who introduced me, thank you, ma'am. And also the special thanks to Mishra sir for inviting me to this particular webinar. Probably today NAAC is something which is more important, and which is also a stepping stone for any institution to become success today. And no institution can say no to the NAAC today. And past we have given a lot of reasons, and we postponed this particular process. Today I think most of the universities in the country has made it mandatory that NAAC is one of the basic parameter or first step to proceed for the next levels. Even there are many universities which have put NAAC as one of the basic criteria to get the affiliations, permanent affiliations, and get the 12B certificates and to become an autonomous. So today, I think education system is going in right direction. If any, I always feel and I always guide to the institutions in Karnataka. Please see the manual every day in the morning once you enter the institution, and close the manual once you exit. So this is because NAAC parameters, NAAC framework is so beautiful that every institution, if they follow on a regular basis, I'm sure that NAAC will not be a difficult process. When it comes to criteria 3, why this criteria 3 has become so famous? Who made this famous? And why we are so concerned on criteria 3? Criteria 3 has become as one of the parameter or one of the most important thing. It's because we fail or we may not be able to get much scoring on this, because research, whenever we see the word research, we feel that research is something, we call it as a degree. Once we complete our PhD, we feel that okay, my research is completed. uh, so my innovations and extension cannot be done because of so many hindrance we face in our institutions. So more than above all these things, then how to get the marks on this? I think still my good friends who have seen the previous NACs, probably for this particular chapter it was 350 marks. Now even the NAC has felt, yes, there is a lot of difficulty for the institutions to come across on this. They have also reduced the marks on this. So at least we all teachers, we have to join the hand, share the informations, probably to see that all the education institution is benefited throughout the country, and see that they score the best marks in the NAC. With this, let me continue, let me proceed with this criteria 3, citation 3, that is research, innovations and extension. There are three important things we can see in this. One is the research, innovations and extension. What is that NAC seeks from us? NAC seeks information on the policies, practices and outcome of the institution. What is that institution has to do? We should create a policies. It should everything, anything we want to implement, there should be a practice, and the outcome has to be registered with reference to research, innovation and extension. I add one more thing, that is called functional MOUs. It deals with facilities provided and efforts made by the institution to promote a research culture among the teachers. I'm sure that a day is not so far. What we do, the research, that we have to go and teach, and we will teach one day in the classroom, removing, taking out of all the textbooks out, and guides and all those things. So we will, a day probably is not so far where we do the research, and that research output is going to be taught in the classrooms, and we make the students also to involve in this. So when it comes to this criteria 3, you can see the allocation of weightage, the questions on this basis. This particular citation have 110 weightage. In generic view, we call it as marks, but here they consider as weightage. There are 4 key indicators. Key indicators are subheadings, a sub chapters you can say, and there are 11 matrix. 11 matrix, we can basically we can call them as a questions. In this there are two different types of questions we can see. One is we call it as QNM, another one is QLM. Probably you have regularly attend the session, probably you will be knowing what is this QNM and QLM. Let me also help you out with this. QNM is quantity type of matrix, another one is quality type of matrix. You all know very well that anything which is in quantity, it can be measurable, and it is nothing but you have a template to this, and you have to document has to be kept ready, and you should also have a formula for this. So anywhere you see in my slide in this chapter, QNM is nothing but you have a template, you have a probably a formula, and wherever you see QLM in this chapter, there is only one QLM question, that is called a qualitative matrix, that describes about the quality. That has to be described in a words, not more than 500 words. That is what NAAC experts from us. So continue with this. As Mishra also was telling on this, criteria 3 for UG colleges, it is 110 weightage, and for PG colleges, it is 120, and for autonomous, it is 150. And for UG colleges, there are totally 4 key indicators. The first key indicator is resource mobilization for research and research publication and awards, extension activities, and collaborations. So totally it comes to 110. So our concentration to gain, how to gain this 110 weightage out of 1000 weightage for the whole NAC. So key indicator 3.1, that is the first subchapter of the criteria 3. Let us start using this terminologies, key indicators, matrix, so that we can become more comfortable towards the NAC process. So in that first one is resource mobilization for research, which carries 15 weightage. This particular chapter have 15 weightage. So here, let us go slowly from here. So 3.1.1 and 3.1.2 have a very identical similarity, because one speaks about how, other speaks about what is the percentage or average of it. So the first 3.1.1, if you observe, the first question itself, it's very clear: grants received from government and non-government agencies for research projects, endowments in the institution during the last 5 years. Here there are 3 important things what we have to concentrate. First one is grant received from the government. Another one is the non-government agencies, and also NAC has made us facilitate to even to accept the endowment in the form of research fund. And the overview will be like this. It will be, you have to put the data like this. Year will be given, and INR in lakhs will be given. And for, as I told you, this is a QNM question which carries 5 weightage. Every QNM question will have a template where the institution has to fill in this: name of the project, name of the principal, department of the principal, investigator, which department is doing the project on the research, year of the award, amount sanction, during the duration of the project, name of the funding agency, and type, and government or non-government. So when I come to the question, as I told you, there are 3 parameters: government, non-government agency, and the endowment. When it comes to government and non-government agencies, we have also made some of the list where you can also work on this. After end of the day, I will also share this PPT to the concerned management, and they can further, help us, the other institution. So there are n number of research agencies, which we have identified for colleges, and the government of comes under the government of Karnataka to assist them. Even it is applicable to all the colleges, all the institutions throughout the state. Okay, there are so many central government agencies, state government agencies, international bodies. Only thing is, it's our work, or it's our efforts, my friends, how we take up this. For every question we have the answer. Only thing is, we have to search for the answer. Okay, so non-government organizations, UGC, RUSA is also one of the funding agency which funds for a lot of things. I have made a big list. Central government agencies for the research project. Of course, you can add a lot of other things also in this. Women and Child Development, Ministry of Environment. There are so many committees we would have formed in our college. Based on the committees, this can be distributed. Based on the departments can take up this, projects. And ultimately, we have to show the output for social science subjects, for science subjects. Department of Science can do on this. State funding agencies. I have taken Karnataka states. What are the other agencies? International funding agencies are there. See, it's only the small effort what we take, and I always feel there is nothing is impossible. And if a teacher feels he can do, and the teacher can do miracles. So there are, like this, you can see n number of things. And even if it's a private institutions, of course they also have a privilege, or even a government institution have the privilege to take the endowment for the research projects, or a local authority can give you some projects, you can take those projects. Even your CDC chairmans can give you some project, you can take up that projects, and you can also proceed. There is nothing is impossible. And many colleges I have seen, they'll say nil, not applicable, and all those things, and they lose the marks here. Okay, here what a coordinator has to do, what an IQSC coordinator has to do, he has to do a lot of R&D in this. He should make all the HODs to sit together, and he has to discuss, regular meetings has to be made, and you have to make it somewhere a mandatory for the education institution, where they can definitely identify some funding agencies, start applying to all the funding agencies. One or two definitely will approach, definitely they will agree your project. Or there is a requirement and of an attempt is there. I think success is always follow us. A coordinator, as a coordinator of IQSC, you have to coordinate with the principal and to make a list of research project funding agency. And today things have become so easy, because of websites are available. You can apply your project in the online today, understand and study the terms and procedure to avail the projects, and disseminate the information among the faculty members. Encourage every faculty members, you tell every faculty members, yes, you can do it, you have to do it. There are many institutions I have seen, even in Bangalore. There are many institutions. All these things are tied up to the performance of a faculty. Those days have gone. Only going to the class and teach in a very good way and coming back. Today, a faculty has to undergo a lot of, even teaching methodology have changed, pedagogy have changed, mannerisms have changed, attitudes have changed. Only thing is, my friends, we can get good scorings even in this, even in this. Even it is a minor project, a 15 days project, or a one month project, or a 2 months project. If it is in the assessment period, you are going to score the best marks in this. So my appeal, please concentrate, you don't lose any single marks, because I will be running behind the colleges. If any colleges losing 1 mark also, I will say, hey, why are you losing 1 mark? Do something, do some magics. And we teachers do a lot of magics. We are doctorates, and the difficulties what we faced in the PhDs, and today institution is going to get a grade, and that institution which has given us everything to the society, and we have been recognized to the society, and why we cannot give back to that institution which we love it. So this is an opportunity for every faculty members in the colleges to give something back to the college. We always say what you give back to the nation. So may not be, at least we'll give back to our education institution, which may be a mosque or a church or a temple for us. So let us pray there, and we can do really the best in this particular matrix. And if you give the next matrix 3.1.2, it is very much influence of 3.1.1. If you mention yes, there are some I have gone under the some sort of projects here. Every year, if I have a running projects, or a avail projects which are there in the assessment period, and if I filled anything in the templates, here you have to show, even this is a QNM question, percentage of departments. How many departments you have? Probably you may have 10 departments. In that 10 departments, how many departments have gone with the research project funded by the government and non-government agencies during the last 5 years? Probably in 10 departments, you have all the 10, you will get definitely your percentage will be full percentage, you can get 100. If it is a 50%, like that. There is a formula here. So supporting documents from the funding agencies has to be taken very clearly. A separate file has to be maintained, because NAAC will evaluate everything in the DVV process, data verification and validation process. NAAC will verify every minute things. So don't put outside any document. Keep it with you, with or any, from the beginning, from the approval document to the closure document. You have to keep it and paste the link of funding agency website in your college website. This is something where we lose. Many institution would have done a lot of projects, but they won't paste it in their institutional website, because NAAC will, before they view your document, the first stage they'll go is they'll view your website, because website tells you what is your institution. Even before I coming here, I visited the KJ Somaya College of Arts and Commerce College website to understand myself about the institution. What is the, how the institution is working, what is the goals, objective, vision and mission statement of the college. So it made me more closer to the college. Even the NAC will do this. So whatever achievements you do, please post it in your website. The website should be always be updated. It should be every day, it should be updated, and this is something which is more important. I hope you have understood 3.1.1 grants received from the government and non-government agencies, and 3.1.2 speaks about the percentage of departments having the research projects funded by the government and non-government agencies. So these two are very identical. I'm sure that you can score easily 10 weightage from here if you insist your institution to do at least every institution have a different patrons of faculties. One will be the best, one will be the good, one will be moderate, one will be no sound. So you motivate all the faculties in general. At least each and every department will start doing one on other projects. You motivate them, support them. I always feel IKC should be very strong in the colleges and very efficient in the colleges. They have to do a lot of research about their institution, about they should monitor all other institution which is doing the best, and they should start improving themselves in their institutions. So next one is 3.1.3, which is again a very important criteria for us. And again, as you know, this is another QNM related type of a question. QNM means it is a quantitative. Quantitative means it have a table. Table means it have a template. Template means you should keep all the supported documents. So here the number of seminars, conferences, workshops conducted by the institution during the last 5 years. I am sure today, even in the pandemic situation, probably in many things, India faced a lot of problems. Probably India would have gone back when it comes to economical terminology. But there is one thing, it was a big change which created, that is the usage of online. Those faculties and those students used to say, no, I cannot use computer, or I cannot teach in computer, I don't know how to teach in a computer. Even in the rural areas, they started learning through online how to teach and how to operate, what is Zoom and what is Google Meet, and all those words started pronounced in our mouth. Probably today in pandemic situation, many colleges have come forward to conduct lot of seminars, workshops, online workshops, online conferences like this. Probably this has made us more close to between us, and from nook and corner we have started meeting each other and sharing the informations. Today, even what I am doing also one of the the best pandemic output of probably I can say. Here also an institution should identify what are seminars, conferences, workshops can be conducted. IQAC coordinator has to think on all these things, where how it can definitely do it to the best level, and to get the scorings on this. So here also you have to put how many years and what is the number of workshops, seminars, conferences an institution has undergone. Here as templates is very clear: year, name of the workshop or seminar, number of participants, date from to when, and a link of activities reported on the website. Friends, this is something it is where all the institution can come forward to do this. Basically you can also have a collaborations. That is what NAAC also expects. Organize seminar function to be performed. You can see in the where this one screen. Organize seminars, conferences, workshop at college level in collaboration with some research institute, departments of HRDC and universities and UGC industry. If for any sort of collaborations will have more weightage when it comes to the if any workshop or anything has been done on a collaborations, and documentation which has been expected by the NAAC is the brochure, resource person details, attendance, certificate copy, geotag photos, detailed report, both hard and soft copies. So these two things an institution can has to maintain in their record as a form of a record. And even this and I think institution it's easy for the institution if take little more efforts. Institutions can score QNM weightage, but anything you do, make it as a continuous process. That is where even I face in my state also, where it should be a continuous process. If you are doing from 2015 and 16, see that regular workshops has been done. I've seen many institutions also doing in a regular seminars, workshops on the same date in every year. So that is, we call it as a proper planning of the IQAC. IQAC is one of the most important body which constitute in the colleges. That's something which is very important. Next to the principal office, if any other office which comes under the principal office is the IQAC office. Under that, all the departments and all the committees has to be framed. Then only an education institution will work in a very proper manner, very systematic manner. I also tell here to many colleges, please involve the IQAC coordinator in all the decision making of the colleges, so that they can manage, they can say, yes, if you do this, this will come to this particular criteria, this particular matrix will get the scorings. Many times colleges do lot of activities, but it doesn't give any sort of marks in the NAC manual. So we do lot of activities, we spend lot of money, but is somewhere it will not sit any box in the total NAC manual. In 1000 weightage, it will not sit in any weightage. So again, we are losing the weightage marks, whatever you may call. So here you have to be very consider. You have to see the manual where it fits what, and based on that you have to start planning. 3.1.3 probably is speaking on seminars, conferences, and workshop. So these are the three questions which we can see in key indicator 1.1. Key indicator 3.1 speaks about resource mobilization for research, which carries 15 weightage. There are three matrix, that is nothing but three questions are there: 3.1.1 and 3.1.2 and 3.1.3. I repeat, 3.1.1 speaks about grants received from the government and non-government agencies. As I showed you, there are n number of agencies waiting their open, they're making their doors open, even windows are open. They are waiting, somebody will come and take the projects. I think we, every individual's responsibility in the college to seek the fund for the projects and do lot of projects, live projects, and make get the see that this column has been filled by the institution, get the scorings. So 3.1.2 is the percentage of departments having research projects. You have to always promote to all the departments, whatever the departments are. It may be a arts department, commerce department, or science department. In all the departments, we have a research projects alive. So research is something, unless we do the research, I don't think there is no scope for the development. So next one is 3.1.3, number of seminars, conferences, and workshop. So institution can also work on this. The next key indicator is 3.2, research publications and awards. So here it speaks about research publications and awards. Here you have 15 weightage for this. Here 3.2.1, we are in the second key indicator 3.2. In that 3.2.1 matrix, that is a question number of paper published per teacher in the journal notified on UGC website during the last 5 years. So here we get an ambiguity. 2017 UGC listed publications were being posted, and later on it made lot of changes. So which one to be considered before they made a changes? Our publication was pasted over there. Then they told, then it was not there in the listed. Whatever it is, once in whichever parameter the UGC have listed, once you are published in a UGC listed website, at present condition it may not be there, but you can give the screenshot on that, you can take the printout of it, you can give the link to that. And definitely before 2017, what to do, sir? Even if it is registered under ISN, ISSN or ISBN, even that can be considered here. Please don't go with an ambiguity that cannot be considered. It can be considered. Many institutions have successfully completed on this process. Okay, so don't get confused on this. Again, this is a QNM question. As I told you, QNM will always come with a table. So you have to fill the data like this, year and number, and it also comes with some formula and also a template for this. 3.2.1, title of the paper, number of authors, whether you are a author or a co-author, department of the teacher, which teacher belongs to which department, name of the journal, year of publication, ISSN number, link to be given. Nothing but it should be given in such a way that if NAAC clicks that, it should go to the exactly that page where your paper is been published. So that is something which is very important here. So here the formula goes like this: number of publications in the UGC notified journals during the last 5 years divided by average number of full-time teachers during the last 5 years. So please understand each and every word. Always we say read between the lines. So don't get confused and don't fill wrong datas and don't lose the marks here. Number of publications in the UGC notified journals during the last 5 years divided by average number of full-time teachers. Average number of full-time teachers during the last 5 years. So here the functions to be performed is encourage your faculty members to write research papers. See, don't come with an assumption. Research means it should be a bigger research or it should be based on some statistical or an economical issues. Absolutely no research. I always tell my no faculties, research is everywhere in our surroundings. Okay, where there is a problem, there is a research is required. Go on search of a problem, you can proceed with your research. So financial support for research and publication, this parameter has to be considered by the IQAC. Keep some amount for this particular project, where people at least for the best papers, at least for the best papers who get the best paper, at least we can give some financial assistance to them, so that motivates, really that motivates the faculty members to take more higher to more level. Organizing special lectures, seminars on writing research papers. So that is something which is more required, because though we are good faculties, we feel that writing a research article is something which we cannot do. And we have to make lot of orientation and in making them to write the research papers. I always tell also, I was just discussing with one of the faculties, then many colleges coming out with what is magazines or something, convert that magazines into as research magazines. So that is where you can that becomes a general habitual of an institution to go for publications. It's something we call it as research is something we always call it as cause and effect relationship. So that is something is beautiful. Actually, when you go in depth, you will try to enjoy each and every step. It's like an investigation of how, where and when, where we can get the information. Definitely you will start loving it. So plan yourself. I'm telling you, ultimately you can do a lot of miracles. Okay, convert everything into research. Research based quality education is something which is probably everybody is expecting today. So 3.2.2 speaks, of course, this is a QNM question which have 10 weightage. So number of books and chapters in edited volume, books published and paper published in national, international conference proceedings per teacher during the last 5 years. Friends, we can do all these things. And this is the chapter we feel that we lose marks also. All this thing a teacher is expected to do today. I cannot escape from all these things. Though I am in an administrative job as a state nodal officer, even I do all these things as a continuous process where I don't want to come out from the academic. So promote your faculties, encourage them. If, see, today there is something which is most required is the motivation from other colleague, a motivation from a principal, motivation from the coordinator. Today you can only say one mantra you have to keep in your institution that you can do, leaving out all the barricades what we have put ourselves and we have made others to put. Throw all those barricades and start a new day, at least from tomorrow, that you please feel that yes, I can do, I can write the journal, I will write the journal, I will write a book, I will at least give an attempt to write one chapter in the book. Yes, you can actually, you can do it. So there is something, there is the, I repeat, always say this, there is nothing that anybody cannot do. When we have come to this level, we can definitely go ahead. So sky is the limit always. So number of books has to be taken into account here. Here the number, here same table will follow here, and the number of books. You can see a beautiful template is being given but designed by the NAAC itself. Only today NAAC has given, made us a little more easy. Only to, you have to fill the blanks. Serial number, name of the teacher, title of the book or a chapter published, title of the paper, title of the proceedings of the conference also can be included here, name of the conference, national and international, year of publication, ISBN and ISSN number. Please don't forget to note this ISBN and ISSN number, and don't forget to take the proceedings from the colleges where you have visited for the publications, affiliating institute at the time of publications. This is somewhere we have to consider. Yesterday also I was discussing on this particular parameter. One of my team member Vinay told me, sir, this is where we lose lot of weightage, common mistakes they do. Faculties, if I'm doing a PhD, so what I'll do, I'll try to put my university which is going to give me the PhD, because that is going to satisfy my PhD, but ultimately the institution where I am working will lose the marks. So this is where we are losing the marks. It tells very clear, affiliating institute at the time of publication. So please make it as a habit where you write your university which is going to award you the PhD. At same time down you write as I am a so and so assistant professor or so and so associate professor of so and so college. So that will give the weightage, or that will give the marks for your institution also. So name of the publisher has to be mentioned here very clearly. And here again I'm using in everywhere functions to be performed. My functions to be performed by the coordinator and the principal, head of the institution, is encourage the faculty members. See, than telling them you have to do, you please tell them please do it, you can do, you, this is the advantage you get. So encourage the faculty members to write research papers, books, chapters. Make it, this is a part of the curriculum. Make it this part of my work. From morning to evening, I have to spend some time in the college library, sitting in the library and doing something, or in a productive way about the research papers, books and chapters. It's only the attitude which is most important to be changed. I think if that is being changed, I think most of the things we can achieve in the best way. So financial support for the participants in the conferences, this is somewhere policy matter comes. Policy matter has to be little more flexible. You tell you, if it is a private institution, please convince your management to give some sort of financial support. Even in our SQSC, even in the DC, we are thinking on all this thing, all these parameters, in what way and where they can get some sort of financial support, for the participants in the conferences, organizing special lectures, seminars on writing the research paper. This is something which you people have to concentrate now. Organize some workshops, seminars, especially workshops is very important today, where live research papers can be made to write in a workshop, and even that can be published. So copy of the published paper, books and related documents has to be kept as an evidential proof for your performance. So here in 3.2, there were only two metrics. First matrix is 3.2.1. He spoke about the journals notified in the UGC website, and second one is number of books and edited volume books published, and so on and so forth. So one is a 5 weightage, another one is a 10 weightage, totally 15 weightage. Key indicator 3.3, extension activity. This is somewhere, it's a huge weightage. Most of the institution are losing without understanding or without undertaking the activities in this. So first one is 3.3.1. This is the only one QLM question you can see in criteria 3, where you have to write it in a paragraph not exceeding 500 words. So extension activities are carried out in the neighborhood community, sensitizing the students to social issues for their holistic development and impact thereof during the last 5 years. So that is what before I explain what it is, even in the state government of Karnataka, the state quality assurance cell and my team have, and with me, uh, we have identified some of the extension activities here. Even this can be useful to you also probably. So here you can see some extension activities. Of course, I share all these things. Some of the things you can, it may also helpful to you also. Okay, focus group discussions, conduct of competitions, special camp, college research activities, collaboration with activities conducted by various local bodies, social issues to conduct extension activities in environmental activities, it can be done Swachh Bharat Abhiyan activity, rainwater harvesting, where anywhere if you involve the local public to this particular activities, you can show that one as an extension activity. Women and child development, uh, some activities is been also designed. Collaboration agency to conduct extension activity can also be seen here. Awards and recognition received for the extension activity, NSS award, NCC, even that can be also considered for this particular parameter. Okay, organize extension activities through NCC, NSS, Red Cross, Red Ribbon, and women empowerment cells in the neighborhood community. Some of the activities, of course, I'll share it to the particular management on later on this. Identify the impact of extension activity in sensitizing the students to social issue. This is something what NAAC also expects. You do the activity and you should not close the activity by giving the vote of thanks. You should always see the what is the impact on it. What is the impact of your activity? What is the changes it has been brought? And what is the development you can see in the student life in from your own students and to the local public around you. So that is something which we have to concentrate here. Documentation is very important for this also. Any activity should always go with geotag photos. There are n number of apps are there in the phone today. You can select any geotag photo and you can download it and you can take the photo from it, where your longitude, latitude, and time, date, and everything will be noted. That is what we call it as geotag photos. An abstract of all the activities conducted. This is a QLM question. Please remember, this is a QLM question. So when NAAC visits, they are going to verify your QLM questions. So don't see that much deviations will be written in the anywhere, any for any QLM matter. Don't give a much deviations in your writing, and don't give any sort of assumed things as a write up. So that will give a lot of deviations. So 3.3.1 speaks about extension activities and that have a 10 weightage. Also, please have a look into this. So 3.3.2 speaks about number of awards and recognition received for extension activities from government, government recognized bodies during the last 5 years. This is a QNM question. Again, if there is a QNM, you know very well, the table will come, template will come, which is a normal activity of QNM. So here you have to put year and number of awards and recognition received. And most important thing where colleges do the mistake is award received by an individual faculty should not be considered. Award received by the institution, award only in the name of institution and college will be considered. I did an individually, I did an extension activity and I received some sort of award that cannot be shown here in this particular criteria. If any agency for doing some extension activity, if any agency has given the weightage to me, can be considered here. And please don't recognize the sports and the cultural activities as an award here. Okay, and only extension activity to be considered here as an award, and that award should be for the colleges. Government awards are very few, but there are so many agencies, like you have your own separate committees, NCC, NSS. If you do blood donation, the name should be given not to the program officer. You should get the certificate in the name of the institution. That can be considered as one of the extension activity in this particular criteria 3.3.2. So don't get mess up with sports and cultural awards here. Okay, and please see that anything you repeat in any criteria, okay, 1 to 7 should not be repeated anywhere in any other criteria, even from the numbers to the activities. If you have shown in 3.3.2, because this happens in most of the colleges, because colleges have n number of committees, and in most of the colleges they would have separated all the 7 criterias, and all people will write their own assumptions, but they will, in the end of the day, all 7 criteria convener has to sit. Where you have shown this, I have shown in the 1, and again I've shown in the 3, again I'm showing it in the 7, so that will have a duplication of records. So this type of things has to be completely, you have to avoid, and you should never do this, because that loses the marks, and you will stuck again in the DVV process, which happens for almost 30 days of your SSR. So 3.3.3 speaks about number of extension and outreach. It speaks about the number of extension and outreach program conducted by the institution through NSS, NCC, Red Cross, and YRC, including the programs such as Swachh Bharat, AIDS awareness, gender issues, etc., and those organized in the collaboration with the industry, community, and the NGO. Please remember the last line, those organized in the collaboration with the industry, community, and the NGO. If you see 3.3.2, here also there is an extension activity from the government and government recognized bodies during the last 5 years. You can have a collaboration with any of the government agency through your any of the subcommittees, and that is been recognized, and any award is there that has to be got for to the institution. But here you can see here number of extension and outreach program conducted by the institution. So there is a difference here. Number of awards and recognition received for the extension activity from the government and government agent recognized bodies. Here also you can consider your committees to work on this, but not giving the recognition to your that particular committees, but for the institution. Here you can see that number of extension outreach program directly conducted by the NCC, NSS, Red Cross, and YRC. Okay, that has to be considered here. Here you can see number of the name of the activity, organizing unit, agency, collaborating agency, name of the scheme, year of activity, number of students participated in such activities. So functions here you have to see that conduct extension and outreach programs by the institution through NCC, NSS, and Red Cross, and YRC on a regular basis. On a regular basis. That's what I'm telling you. All the education institutions, they put lot of efforts in doing n number of activity, but ultimately that some of the activity will not fetch in any of the metrics. That can be only shown in the books. So please go through each and every matrix questions of the NAC and understand where how we have to design our programs to see that we will get the weightage. If you see the weightage of this particular 3.3.3, it is speaks about 20 weightage QNM question this is. And here also institution can get easily because today every institution will have NCC, NSS, Red Cross, and they would have done n number of activities. Some of the activities here is compulsory for all the colleges to do, and there are so many institutions which are doing really fantabulous jobs by taking n of awareness programs they are conducting. So this depends upon your locality also. In your locality, what is the major issue which is going on, creating an awareness on that particular issue also can be shown as one of the extension activity here. So here what they want is detailed report of each program to be prepared. Report should be prepared. Please don't put invitation or don't put secular in the website. After doing any activity, you have to prepare a report, and details should be given, a number of attendees, how many people have attended, and what is the collaborating agency, student attendance, and geotag photos is something which NAAC seeks in the DBV process. The first NAAC will appreciate, then NAAC will go for the documentation. The first and major document for this particular criteria itself is the attendance. How many participated and how many is benefited, and what is the output and where is the report. So these four parameters you have to consider in 3.3.3. So 3.3.4, again, it's very important matrix. Average percentage of student participating in extension activity at 3.3.3. 3.3.3, just now we discussed what is 3.3.3, number of extension and outreach programs. Here they ask you what is the average percentage of students in extension activity at 3.3.3 about during the last 5 years. So again, once I say it's a QNM question and its weightage is 20 weightage. So here you have to mention which from which year to each year your accreditation process is on. Probably people who are going in 1920, their process will start from 1516 to 1920. There you have to mention the years and what is the number of student participation is here. And here you can see percentage per year, total number of student. Please understand the formula. Total number of students participated in such activities divided by number of students multiplied into 100. Here also you can see an average percentage, is a square, or this one sigma percentage per year divided by 5. Here you have to be very careful. Number of students participated in extension activity should not be greater than total number of students of your college. So most of the colleges do this mistake. If me as a one individual person has participated in 13 activities, okay, you have to consider that one as one. Because if I've been shown, like me, if all the students has been shown in all multiple activities, the total number of students participating in student participation will definitely will become the greater than the total activities of student participation. So please remember this. So one person participate. This why they kept this particular question is they want institution to take care to see that all your student participate in all the activities. Usually, what happens in the colleges is we identified. It's also true also. Maybe 5 or 6 hand pick good students we get, and those picked hand 5 or 6 students will be good in all the activities. And if a validatory function is being called, that 5 or 6 students will be made them meant to stand near the stage itself, and because continuous mementos or a prize has to be given to 5 or 6. So to avoid that that type of practice, you train all the students. Each and every student will also have some sort of talent. Only thing is we require the patience of understanding his talent and to train him to see that we get the maximum scoring in this. We consider 5 students and telling him to participate in all the activities, or 50 students participating in all the activities. 50 50 50, the number will definitely increase to the total number of strength of the students. So this one institution has done, and they have stuck in the DVV process also. I just show you how the DVV process has been done. Here 3.4.4 is for the PG, but same number is counted for the UG. Average, don't forget, don't forget this 3.4.4. Only the number is being changed in the PG. 3.3.4 is for the UG colleges. Average percent of student participated in extension activity. Here the HEI has given the input, 2018 and 19 1437, 2017 and 18 1173, and so on and so forth. And NAAC has asked the DVV here, please provide year-wise consolidated list of students participating in extension activity as mentioned in 3.4.3. Please clarify why the number of students mentioned more in the data template than the HEI inputs. See, this mistake probably many institutions will do. They think that if multiple students are participating, please be very careful when you go for the calculation. If your strength is somewhere in 1,000 and the student participation exceeds the 1,000, this type of the DVV objections, NAC will rise. So please give, and they are also asking you, please attach proper attendance sheet to the about the students of activity of during the last 5 years. So this type of and also they have asked you, please provide certificate of the student. So this is how they'll ask the documents, they will verify in the DVV process. They're asking the student certificate for the following extension activity of 2018 and 19 Swachh Bharat campaign. So they may pick any one. So don't give any sort of false information, because before 17 we used to do a big book, everything was descriptive. So there were, we used to give butterfly words where NAC is pleased, but here we cannot give like that type of words. Be careful with this. So key indicator 3.4 speaks about collaborations, which also carries 20 weightage uh, in criteria 3. Also very important. The institution 3.4.1 speaks about the institution has several collaboration linkages for faculty exchange, student exchange, internship, field trip, on-the-job training, research, etc. during the last 5 years. So this probably is a, most of the institutions are definitely would have done the internship, but that should be in the form of syllabus. It should be there in the syllabus. Only that can be considered. You cannot create your own internship by the colleges except autonomous and university. Okay, all affiliated colleges should check out in the syllabus. Please, if there is not there in the syllabus, insist your universities to put somewhere the internship wherever it's you feel required. That is the reason in criteria 1 we take the feedback on syllabus. The reason is where the modification is required from the students, from the teachers, and from other stakeholders. It will definitely help the universities to add some more points based on the feedback given by the stakeholders. They can definitely put internship, field trip, on the job training, research, etc. Here also you can see several collaboration and linkages for faculty exchange, student exchange. See, this is somewhere is again linked with advanced learners, slow learners, and all those things, where the student we consider as an advanced learner. There they will ask you what is the next progress you have done for this advanced learner. You can show him here as a student exchange, and best faculties can go and exchange their thoughts or any information which is related to the subject or extensional activity. Even there we can get the good scoring, and most of the colleges are doing this. Faculty exchange and student exchange is not much popular. Probably I think colleges can take lot of initiative. See, the whole NAC is concerned on the student. It's a student centric manual. The next is the faculty, and the next goes with the whole institution infrastructure and so on and so forth. Those institution which was telling always I don't have infrastructure, I will not go to the NAC, today even those colleges can go to the NAC leaving that infrastructure, whatever the infrastructure government is provided or any other management is providing, concentrate on all this thing, all these activities, my friends. I'm sure that you can get the best scorings. I told you morning when college starts, okay, college starts, please think on all these things, do the lot of brainstorming. I see many colleges, the meetings happen with lot of other things which is nowhere related to the quality. So today I think colleges has to, wake up themselves by keeping an alarm themselves and to see that where and how the marks can be obtained, and ultimately where I can score the best weightage to my college. So here again the year and number has to be mentioned. This is again the Q&M question. Here you have a beautiful template, the serial number, title of the collaborative activity, name of the collaborating agency, name of the participant, year of collaboration, duration. Please see that all this activity, those activity, mention only those activity which comes in the accredited period. Before accreditation, if it's not coming in the accredited period, you no need to mention in anywhere in this. And your MOU should be an active MOU or a functional MOU. Only that can be recognized for this particular criteria. And whatever you do, make an continuous process, continuous attempt, and see that you make an MOU, make an MOU, because that have a weightage here. Keep that MOU, preserve that MOU. If it is a financial MOU, please take some legal opinions. If it's a financial MOU, what you are committing yourself, because a lot of implications we have to consider when it's a financial MOU. If it is an activity based MOU, definitely institutions are free hand to go on this. So MOU copies has to be kept, a detailed report of the activities. Please make mark all these activities then and there itself in your college websites, there and then itself in your college websites. So this is something which is colleges has to look on this. And next one is 3.4.2, number of functional MOUs with, again here also it speaks about MOUs, functional MOUs with the national and international institutions, universities, industries, corporate house during the last 5 years. Today I think mentor mentee which is happening is one institution has got they have got A grade in the NAAC. Another institution is a aspiring institution which is going for the accreditation. Definitely there is a huge change, that institution which has got A for these institutions. For that reason only the Paramarsh scheme was being brought. Friends, we require an exposures many a times. Some, unless we get an exposure, the exposure get when you see a person who have scored better, and from him he becomes an example for you. And we have to take a good examples how the library is going on in other institution. If we go and see only, we'll come to know whether my institution is better or their institution is better, and how I can implement their best practice to my institution. So please think on this particular matrix 3.4.2, and how the what type of MOUs you can make with national and international institutions. When it comes to criteria 4, there is one question, field and infrastructure. Although there also I'll tell my institution, why don't you have an MOU with the nearby come institution which have the ground? How many years you will say that I don't have a field or a ground? Okay, it's not there. Okay, will you lose the marks? Have an MOU. My library is very small. Have an MOU with a big library institution where we have an institution like IIMs and IITs. Have an MOUs. Have an MOUs with the faculties workshops, faculty exchange. Have an MOU with the university to visit the library or to attend the lab. Today NAAC is there even for them also, for the universities also. It's not only for us. Today rating has been done for the industries also. Even they are fond of institution where they can give some talk. CSR activities is becoming very strong in the industries. Start using them. Fresh the marks to them also, and we'll also start getting the weightage on this. Make an MOUs, think on all these things. Why can't you adopt an industry and tell them, okay, come on, do some activities, skills activities, placement related activities, some research activities, some skills oriented, jewelry making, candle making, nearby small scale industries, you can call them. Make your students more skill oriented. See, this is some of the things which I'm telling you. If you all teachers can sit, you can come out with thousands of ideas. My idea is very limited, but your ideas, if you all sit in the institution with a common mindset, which is very, very important, and which we are, that is going very far. Which we have a common mindset, I think, I'm sure that institutions can excel like anything, and they can enjoy the day of NAC, because that is becomes a festival. That's a festival period where you are pushing your institution, holding the institution hand, and taking the institution to the examination hall. And you should make your institution to enjoy there in the hall. So organize here also, you can see a beautiful template, organization for with which MOU is signed. You make this one as a functional MOUs. Make an MOU for 3 years, 4 years, a continuous MOU, because that becomes an active MOUs even during the period of NAC. So here MOU copy is very much required. Detailed report on activities, everything. Please don't forget to make a report, because in college what we do is we do lot of activities, but we forget to make the documentation. We are failure in documentation, and there where we have to address. So one person you have to nominate, for any function is happening. One person you have to nominate. Boss, you sit and start making the documentation. What are the things have happened? You just take up all those things. So as I told you, see, for all this particular chapter, you can always have an. Most of the institution are wasting their money in making the magazines and all those things. Make it as research oriented compendium, or with an ISSN number or ISBN number, and that will start fetching you a lot of weightage, so that your student also will do the research. So motivation is very much required. I'm sure that you will try to do here in this particular slide. You can see reasons for low scoring in criteria 3. What are the common reasons or common mistakes or common wrong assumptions and institutions will make, and where are the things, how much scores we are going to lose? The first and foremost is itself is grants received from government and non-government agencies for research project. Endowment in the institutions are very less. We have put the boundaries, and we feel that we cannot go out of the boundaries. If suddenly a tsunami comes and we want to protect our family, we think all the parameters, how I can protect my family. So like that, we should always make our brain to roam throughout the world. What are the agencies we have, where there are so many charities, so many NGOs, so many top companies are waiting for the academicians, good academicians, to take up the projects. So seminar, conference, workshops are conducted by the institution is very less. And most big mistake what they do is they forget to give a link in the website, and report will be missing. There you lose the marks. Again DVV process, they will start making you get trouble, and there you lose some marks. Paper published per teacher in UGC journals and UGC website is very less. Most of the colleges not mentioning ISSN number only, and not updated in journal web links. Publication which does not reflect the college name under the author affiliation will not be considered. I told you, sometimes we put our guide name and we leave it, but never forget your institution name in any of the paper. Then only institution can get the scorings. National and international conferences proceedings without ISBN not considered in 3.2, 3.2.1. Sometimes we hesitate to give the number. Sometimes we feel that the book you would have lost. Sometimes we give wrong numbers. all these things leads to violations of the information. So please be careful with this. So books, chapters in edited volumes published per teacher is very less. Most colleges not mention again here also ISBN number, because recently we took a mass a project in government of Karnataka for all the government colleges. We have almost 430 government colleges. We told them, we made a mock review of the weightage for all the government colleges in the government of Karnataka, and it was very successful. Colleges started coming to know where they lose the marks and what is the grade they may expect if they put the input like this. So start reviewing the neighboring colleges. Only one thing we have to remember: we have to forget our egos. Welcome all the ideas, and those ideas will be really good. Even our government colleges now, they are being benefited by doing this. They came to know where they stand, and they started improvising now. Before NAAC comes, there was no other parameter used to judge them. They have to wait for the NAAC result only. Now they have started waiting for the SQSC result. Whether it's a positive or negative result, what they have got, at least they got to know where we stand and what are the parameters we can improvise. So start doing like that, where one institution can, evaluate the other education institution, where one institution can make a small team, can visit the other education institution as like a mock peer team visit. Allow them, allow the things to happen. I'm telling you, be open, and definitely you can do. Only awards and recognition received for extension activities and recognized bodies to the institution are considered, and not the individual is not been considered. It's also one of the parameter for reason for low scoring. Appreciation letters are not considered. Please remember, sir, what to do with this. So definitely it can be reflected when they visit your department, and you can exhibit that one as we have been appreciated. I personally have been appreciated for so and so reasons. Only extension activity and outreach program conducted by NCC, NSS, YRC in collaboration with the agency can also only be considered. Please don't add anything, you lose the marks in this. Activity also mentioned in the matrix 2.3.1, student centric activities should not be considered in this matrix. Most of the people, they do mistakes. There also they mention, here also they mention, and you lose the marks because of duplications. Everything is a software. Wherever you mention the information, it is very easy to identify. So little conscious with this parameter. An activity mentioned in the 3.3.3 and 2.3.1 not considered for scoring. At this moment, please note down this matrix number. Later on, you can verify what it is. Only few colleges uploading the link of the activity. Collaboration should be valid for the assessment period. Very, very important. Any activity you do, that should have a life. You should be an active MOUs. You should be living. You should be breathing. You should be functional. So only functional MOUs, and the last one activity conducted under functional MOU is considered for scoring. MOUs would have happened, but activities is not happening in most of the colleges. MOE should have happened, activities should have stopped in the middle. MOE should have happened, no report is ready. What is the outcome of the MOU? What is the outcome of the activity? It's not been recorded, it's not been uploaded in the website. See, this looks very simple, very tiny. So these are silly things, but these solve the parameters where we lose the marks. So my best suggestion for all the colleges is, please make the team for each and every criteria, including the profile of the institution and the executive summary, and make that activity, make that the committee to work for 5 years. That committee will decide what are type of activities to be considered by whom, under the leadership of IQAC coordinator, under the chairmanship of the esteemed principal. So if you decentralize your faculty members for each and every criteria, I think that will be more effective, because we have witnessed this, and we have seen some sort of good results which is coming around nowadays. So thank you for all your patience listening. I hope that probably this criteria, the doubts, or what is the questions which were not been understood, probably I've given an attempt to make you to understand. You can contact me also through my landline anytime. Because I feel that all the education institution around the country, it is mine, and I belong to all the education institution, and all the education faculty members are my family members. Let us share the things. Let us, grow each other. Let us make our education institution to grow. Let us make our students the best. So thank you once again, and my best wishes to all the participants, and my convey my regards to KJ Somaya College of Arts and Commerce College, Mumbai, for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to present my views. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such an excellent guidance. Can we have some question
Yeah,
answers
please.
here? If anybody has some questions, they may ask. I had a question on the chat box here. It's
Yeah.
from Professor Mamta Tendulkar. She asks, so how many so many languages don't have ISBN number for publication. So how do you consider these publications?
See, there are different parameters where this can be considered, or this can be put forth towards the NAC. See, NAC doesn't always tells you that you should go behind ISSN or ISBN sort of a number. It's only a part of a recognition or an identity which NAC always seek. But if you consider for languages, of course, there are very less publication house or a journals which has been published, probably, where you can make your own peer review type of a committee or a journals, where that can be approved there, and that can be posted towards to the NAC. Because there are so many education institution which has done even in the past, when it comes to languages, exclusively for the languages, peer reviews or expert reviews is being done, and that is being posted in a very high calibered journals, publications, or in the universities level of books, where it will get sort of a recognition. Today, that agency would have been recognized by a research publication. Even that can be shown here as so a publication for the research can be identified, and even there we can get some sort of scorings.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions?
Yes, please.
Uh, if you have questions, you can unmute yourself and ask also.
Yeah, you can chat me here
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
seeing the chat.
yeah.
Anytime you can contact me. Okay, as I told you, I belong to all the colleges, because I respect every individual faculties. They are amazing work most of the colleges are doing. So you can contact me anytime through my email ID, to my phone number. Definitely, even in the midnight you can call me. I don't mind to address you all.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, suppose we have a MOUs
Yes.
before this 5-year assessment period. Is it considered in this?
So before assessment period, if any MOUs are there, if that MOU has completed its duration before the assessment period,
Okay.
that cannot be considered here, sir.
If it is
If,
continued, then
for
it.
example, that MOU you have done it in 14-15, and that is active, that was active in the during the assessment period, that can be considered.
Okay, that's it. Thank you, sir.
Yes, probably 17, 18, it have become lapse. But though it has, your activity is completed, that MOU has been done in 14-15, but it was alive during the assessment period. That is considered.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I hope,
Any other question?
uh,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Yeah, this is Satyavan. I have a question. Sir,
Can you be
uh,
a little louder, sir, so that I'm not hearing?
Yeah. I'll be a little louder. Am I audible to you, sir, now? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Sir, this actually my question is, in the last, I
I'm
think 3
sorry,
or
I'm not hearing.
in the last,
Can you paste it in
uh,
the chat so that I can read it out there?
are you able to hear me, sir, now?
Yeah, yeah,
Can you
please.
hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so my question is, sir, in the last 3 to 4 years, you have seen that the UGC has changed the recognition of the various journals.
Yes,
Every year there is some sort of new guidelines are issued,
yes,
some
yes,
journals
yes.
are deleted, some journals are recognized. So in
Correct.
that case, now do we have to make year wise that particular journal was recognized for that year, but it
Yes,
wasn't recognized in the next year?
yes,
So in the
yes.
third year it is recognized, and again in the fourth year it is not recognized. In that
Correct,
case,
correct.
can we make it like that kind of classification while we are uploading the
Yes, it's a
data on
beautiful
that
question.
registries?
It's a beautiful question, really. See, in that particular period, for example, 15-16, UGC had made a list of journals. In that list, your journal where you have published, that journal was been marked. But in 15, again in the subsequent year, that journal was been removed for any reasons. But in that year, the journal was been listed under the UGC, that can be considered here, that can be considered for that particular year. That is the reason I always tell that once you post any journals, please take the printout of the UGC listed also. That list also take the printout and keep it ready with you. If next year that journal where you have put your article is not been recognized also, for that particular year where it was recognized, there you can claim your achievement.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
yes.
Sir, I have one more question.
Please, sir, please.
So, is there any specific amount based on that you can that marks will be recognized on the basis of research grant?
Yes, yes.
Specific amount?
No, sir, there is no specific amount. Okay, probably it should be either government or non-government agencies. That's it. There is no specific amount on based on the amount. There is no parameter will be evaluated. Only NAAC will see that whether there is some funded because that shows that who will fund the institution or an individual when they feel that yes, your project is more worth and the institution have the capacity to do it. So based on that only the funding agency will come and fund. That shows the quality of the institution, that shows the quality of the individual also. So there is no particular benchmark or something which has been kept for related to the finance part.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Anything else, good
Uh,
friends?
So if we don't have any other questions,
Pardon me.
no, I'm telling if we don't have any other questions,
Okay, right.
I don't think any, I don't see any on the chat box. I don't. So if we don't have any other questions, I would like to call Dr. Atish Taukare, Dean, Research and Extension, to propose the vote of thanks. Dr. Atish Taukare.
Thank you, madam. I express my sincere thanks to Dr. K. Vikram
So thank you, sir.
for giving an excellent coverage to criteria 3, that is research, innovation, and extension. I also express my gratitude to you, sir, Dr. K.
Sir,
Vikram,
thank you.
for providing knowledge and information as well as guidance at this webinar on an insight into revised accreditation framework of NAAC.
Thank you, sir. I'm really honored to be a part of this particular program. Thank you.
We hope your further support as well as association with us.
Always, sir. Always with you.
Our principal, madam, is always a source of encouragement, and IQSC coordinator and members are consistently working hard, sir, towards the further improvement. I am also happy to express my thanks to all the participant faculties and heads for making this session on FDP a grand success. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot. Good luck. Thank you.
Participants, the feedback form is put on the chat box. Kindly fill the feedback form so for the e-certificates. Now, we will now stand up for the national anthem. We will.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय